everyone, Raider Dash and Womble here. Why does it seem a bit dark in here? Don't know. Anyway, hope everyone had a great Sunday. Hope you all had a great weekend, actually. I did do a video for Saturday, but Saturday was a very, very long shift. In fact, we didn't get home. I did do a video, but there was just problems doing it, and I ended up just deleting it all. But we finally got home about 5 a.m. on Saturday. And then was out again doing dashing 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And at the moment, it is now it's 3:55 a.m. on a Monday morning. Oh, that's a little bit to take in. Anyway, one thing to note on the Saturday one, Saturday stroke Sunday, it was actually our last job that we did, and the last one was somewhat funny, I suppose. In fact, I was just telling it to our cop friend when we were in Blue Springs earlier on this morning, and so this offer comes in. It was, like I said, it was our last job. By the way, I'm bundled up because it was bloody cold out today, and we had some snow and rain. Anyway, so where was it? Okay, so our last job turned out to be 3 o'clock, just gone 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, which was actually had come over from our Saturday shift. Wow, these things get complicated some days. Anyway, it was a catering order from Pancho's coming to Raytown at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh my gosh, what the hell? So anyway, I took it because it was paying, I think it was $18. Anyway, so I guess this order, I just went, oh, okay, I'll take it. Try to figure out where it was. And, yeah, I'll do that. And so I get the Panchos and I pull over and I went, okay, so what's this geezer got? Bloody hell, 4 drinks, 5 drinks. Oh my God. But one of them's in a bottle. I don't even have to see that one. Okay, right. It will be in the bag. So, and there was 4 large bloody drinks of some sort, and they come in one of those, they gave them out to me in one of those paper mashy, flipping, stupid, cardboard, fucking useless things. Especially when you got 4 flipping large drinks on it. So I asked him for another flipping holder, so it doubled it up and made it a bit stronger. I should have asked him for another one. But anyway, it didn't matter in the end. But anyway, so so I texted the bloke. I said, all right, it's a long line. It bloody was. It was long. 3 o'clock in the morning, this place is packed. Flipping heck. What the hell? Anyway, so I texted the bloke, said, here you go, look, there's a bit of a long line here for this time in the morning, and I'll be with you as soon as I can. So I write back, and she said, no problem, bro. No problem, dude. Appreciate you. Would you please get, well, I didn't say please, but would you pick us up some red and green salsa sauce, whatever it bloody was. Packets, whatever. I went, yeah, sure. I'll ask when I get there. So I asked and they got some in the bag. I went, okay, done. He gave us, I think it was 3 bags, 3 big bags, and the drinks. And we didn't put it in the catering bag because, well, that sits in the back. And Mrs. Womble kind of had that on, all of that on her, especially when we was holding that. And I can't get in the bloody back of the van because, well, I'm in the drive-through. You can't get inside, so I'm in the drive-through and it's awkward. So we filled up the other flipping 2 bags and another one. And so anyhow, so we was going back and forth with this geezer for some reason. What did I went a long way, maybe a long way. No, so I cut across country, and doing that slowed me down a heck of a lot because, well, I was going through deer country, so I was a little bit wary of what was going on there. And I opted to go another way rather than what the map bloody well told me. So anyway, went up there, done that. I didn't want to go all the wiggly road. I decided to go another way. Anyhow, so I said to the bloke along the way, what car you got in the driveway? Well, yeah, that didn't matter because there wasn't a driveway that I could get from anyway. So pulls up at his house, and it's got this great big flipping chain link fence with, you know, it's well put together, right? Not very well lit street, but anyway. So I'd also said to this bloke in a message, I'm probably going to need an hand because I've got all these drinks to bring to you. Didn't hear anything, but, you know, I was too busy driving. So it gets there, and it had been pissing down with rain all day, and I parked out in the street because it was a lot easier, and there's no path from the flipping street. You've got to go through this mud pile to get to it. Weren't a lot of it, but anyway. And it's not very well lit out there. Weren't pitch black, but they weren't well lit. So anyway, it's about 4 a.m. when I gets to their house, by the way. So, anyhow, opens up the gate. I've got just the drinks in my hand. I see the geezer at the door, right? So, I go up and I said, there you go, mate. I said, you take the drinks and I'll go back and get the bags. I've got three or 4 bags for you. All right. So he's holding there at the drinks. It's not his house, it's his mate's house. He's just there visiting at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Anyway. But, and obviously they'd been having something because, anyway, they weren't all there. Weren't a full ticket. So he stood at his door. It weren't a bad house or anything. Stood at his door, and he's got the front door's wide open, and he's got the glass storm door he's holding open. So I've given him this tray of drinks, large fountain drinks of some sort or other. I don't know what they were. Don't matter. And he's got them in this double up tray. Well, I've handed him that, and that sort of, as he's there holding that, all of a sudden this flipping dog comes shooting out the sock between him and the door. Don't forget that I've been flipping stupid and left this bloody flipping gate wide open, not thinking. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. My brain is not flipping functional now. It just wants to go home. and I'm going to go back out there because the van is out there, and that's where all the bags of food are. So that was all my mind was thinking of. Well, this bloody pit bull comes rushing out between this bloke, and there's a bloke running behind it who's the owner, and I take it, and he's flipping flown out. This bloke flipping that I've just handed the drinks to has moved to one side rather rapid. And this is all going on at the same time. And I grabbed hold of the dog. The dog didn't have a collar. I grabbed hold of the dog, wrapped my arm around it and squeezed it into my vipping leg. It weren't going over, and I got hold of its neck. I mean, I'm not vipping, hurting it or anything, but I just got hold of it so it's not moving. Luckily for me, it was a friendly dog, because really I was on its territory. And but I've got hold of the chunky little sod and I've squeezed him against me, so he or she ain't going nowhere. So the owner's like grabbed hold of him or her, and hasn't really said anything to me, but he's moved off in with taking the dog in and that. And then at that point, flipping him and the bloke that was once stood in front of me, who has moved over a few feet, as they're having a few words between each other. And I didn't think about what was happening, because everything just happened at once and my concentration was grabbing that darn dog. Anyway, so I've got that. So anyway, I left them to it. I said, I'll be back with the food. Jeez, I don't care what you get. So anyway, I go to the van, bring all the flipping bags of food out in the insulated bags, proceed to open them up. Then I noticed a drink on the ground, a cup on the ground. I went, whoops. And then I noticed another one. Oh, shit. Well, I guess what had happened is when this bloke, the dog had come out, the dog was no problem coming between that bloke. It weren't big enough. But, even if it was a pit bull. But this, the bloke that was the owner, I suspect it was him, come rushing out and knocked this bloke flipping flying, who was holding onto the door and the drinks. So that's why everything went. He saved 2 drinks. I don't know how he saved 2 drinks, but anyway, they must have been well in that flipping cup holder. I don't know. But anyhow, I handed him the bags and I went to him, I'm sorry about your drinks, mate, but blimey, heck, that all flipping happened quick. And he goes, oh, no worries, man, no worries. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, as I said, I think they'd been on something. But anyway, so, yeah, that was the end of our shift. Oh, ended up on a real high note in a way, I suppose. I became a dog grabber. Dog catcher. For a few minutes or seconds. And it was on a high note, because I think all of them were too, including that bloody nutcase dog. But anyway. So yeah, that was that one. And we got home about 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Jesus. And also, I'm sure that you've already seen by now that myself and Angela from Bomb City Dashing, we decided not to do the food delivery challenge Sunday, because both of us in each of our delivery areas, you know, Angela's down in Amarillo, Texas, and of course I'm up here in Lee Summit, Missouri, just outside of Kansas City. And it was, we were both expecting very bad weather. The bloody weather people kept saying it was going to be bad. Well, I can't tell you what it was like in the morning, because maybe about 7 or 8 or some 9, maybe then is when I finally fell asleep, because I was too busy messing around with this bloody video that I'd done, and, well, it was a pain in the ass. Anyway, so yeah, so that was the fun of that. Oh, good grief. So that was where that ended up. But then we decided that we wouldn't do it yesterday, Sunday, because of the bad weather. We were both going to go out and dash. Well, we both went out and dashed anyway. But like Angela said, you know, because we're not in a competition against each other, if the weather got really bad, then either one of us, I mean, we're free to do whatever we like, just finish and go home. But if you're in the challenge, well, you want to carry on, don't you, really? And make sure that you earn some monies. But yeah, it was... so we decided to... At the moment, we've decided that we'll do it this coming Sunday now, which is the 5th of November. And the 5th of November is also what's known as Guy Fawkes Day in England. And Guy Fawkes is, I don't know why we celebrate this geezer, but anyway, back in the 1800s, I can't quite remember the date of it, to be fair. He was a geezer that tried to blow up Parliament, or the House of Lords, or that great big building that's got Big Ben next to it, or part of it. And where all the government sits and whatever. Anyhow, he didn't succeed, yet we still have a flipping celebration for him. I think it's just anything for a party, but anyhow, it's a fun event, and that's that day, so kind of messed up suggesting that day. But, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll be, it should be fun. We normally do on Guy Fawkes, like when I was a kid, and maybe they still do it, I don't know, where you have penny for the guy. And the guy, basically, is you get your dad's flipping old clothes or something, or someone's old clothes, and fill it up with straw or hay or something or other, whatever you can find on newspapers, shove it all in there, and you make it look like a person. And you wheel it around the streets of London or wherever you live in the area, and you shout out penny for a guy. That's what it used to be. You know, it's probably flipping 10 quid for a died guy now. And in that monies, you would go and put towards fireworks. I mean, we were kids, that's what we did. So go put it towards some fireworks, or take to the display or whatever. And then the guy, you would just go stick on the bonfire and let him go up. Anyway, bit of history for you. So that's Guy Fawkes. I'll put a link down below for that, for probably Wikipedia or something like that. Anyway, so Sunday, good grief. Started at about 3 o'clock, as I said before. And did a dash along the way, because it was already red there. I was actually... scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. That was the earliest I could get. And anyway, so got out a bit earlier. The Glee Summit was red. Chose to dash along the way and headed that way. Well, on the way there, I think we got to Truman Medical Centre up there as we got through the country area, and this offer comes in, and it was for no, it didn't. I was just going to Quick Trip. I was going to Quick Trip on Woodschapel Road. I parked up there, and this offer came in while I was there. Mrs. Womble was just heading in there, or just headed in there, into Quick Trip to go get us a couple of coffees to get us going. Oops. Well, she'd already gone in, and this bloody offer comes in, and it was paying like $14 or $14.50, and Marco's was like the other side of where we were, so I had to wait for it to come out, and then shot on over there. course, she didn't know. I could have rung her, I suppose, but it's just a bit too much to deal with. She had enough to deal with going in there. And so anyway, got over to Marco's. It was ready, and there was good instructions and such from the customer to get to their house. And so anyway, got that one delivered, done a bit of back and forth with the customer and such. Can't quite remember what it was all about. That they appreciate us and all that business. That was real nice of them. And got down there and put the pizza on the chair that was on the porch. And it turned out to be, I think, 16 1/4 on that one. It wasn't a catering order, it was just one big pizza and a sandwich, eh? Anyway, got that delivered and jumped in the van and hit all the confirm and that. And I just pulled off his driveway, and this another one comes in, and it was for Carmen's Mexican Grill. And yep, I'll take that one too. We did not sit for very long at all. It was after the other. There was some stupid offers. There always is stupid offers. And but we did all right. We've done a couple of catering orders, and even though the Chiefs weren't doing all that well apparently, and they lost, but you know, it wouldn't be a game if you didn't lose a few. If you knew what the outcome was going to be, it'd become flipping boring, wouldn't it? Anyway, so yeah, went off and got that one. It was a bit of an awkward one because went into flipping Carmen's. Weren't a lot of people in there. I thought there'd be a lot more people, but anyway. And it was not busy at all, but it took a little time to try and get some attention from what staff were in there. And then it was a couple of bags as well. But yeah, it was fairly busy. I decided a bit later on, I put all of what we did along up here too. We did stop at about 8 o'clock, I think it was, and no, a bit before that, about 7:30. We went to the Chinese for a bit of dinner down on off of 150 at Master Wok. Didn't realise that they closed at 8:30 though. Whoops. Don't go in there a lot for deliveries anymore. I don't know why. Never seen it get those. Never lucky enough to get them deliveries. Not in the right spot, or no, I haven't seen any. I've seen them on the list or whatever to be near there as a hot spot, but never haven't had anything for a long time. But no, had that, left there. We were the last ones in there, unfortunately, and got out of there and went straight back into work. I can't remember where I went. Honestly don't. But we did well financially. Did pick up a few. And people were real good, and that the people that I met were real friendly and that tonight or during the day. It was quite nice. Even if the Chiefs were losing, I got bundled up. I was all bundled up in my red gear. Thought I'd flipping cheer them on a bit. Even got red trousers on, sweatpants. But no, it was quite good. But then I decided, well, maybe we'll extend it a bit because I needed to try and get some monies in. So I said, should we go over to Blue Springs? And it was getting later then. And bearing in mind Mrs. Womble has to be at dialysis in about 5 hours, 4.5 hours. She's already been in there. She was okay. She was. I turned down the sound while we were sat, and whilst the offers were coming through, turned it all down, and she had a good nap. So she caught up on some sleep. That's for sure. I didn't want it ringing all the time and bloody and disturbing her. There was no point, because a lot of it was old. It wasn't worth doing. And so she got a good rest there. But then so we decided we'll go to Blue Springs. And some offers came in as we got there, or as we were approaching there, but they weren't that good. Weren't that good at all. I mean, it was bloody ridiculous, actually. We ended up over by McDonald's on the 7 Highway in the outside Lamar's Donuts, which is just before McDonald's there, between I-70 and 7 Highway, and on that corner, waiting for work to come in, and it's where we normally sit, right there on the road, in that strip mall or whatever you call it. And just waited to see what was coming in. Watched a video as well. Watched Angela from Modern City Dashing do her latest video, so that was fun. And she was talking about us postponing till next week, or this coming week, sorry, Sunday. And the weather's going to be a lot better, apparently. At present, it's showing that it's going to be a lot better for both of us. So that'll be good. But yeah, it was, and then our friendly cop came up alongside of us, and we had a chat with him, and not a lot was coming in. I was watching the screen, and I think maybe 2 offers came in, and all the time we were there, and we were probably with him about an hour, but maybe a bit less, and then he had to go off and sort something out, or sort someone out. But it's always fun sitting there and having a chat with him, catching up. We hadn't seen him for a couple of weeks or so, I suppose. Get to hear all the stuff going on. But yeah, so he went his way. He had to go off and sort something, as I said, and we sat there, and I gave it to, I think, 2 o'clock or so. I said, I think we should give it up. So we did, gave it up, took a slow drive home, because just don't know where those bloody deers are. They have a tendency to just jump out of the forestry and run in front of you, so I was taking it a bit slow on the way back, and stopped and got a couple of drinks on the way home, and a couple of bottles of water or something. And Mrs. Womble went in, and I started watching YouTube and doing this video. But no, it was a decent day. It was a decent day. I think as Mrs. Womble had said earlier on, that maybe we should have got out a bit earlier. Well, yeah, I agree with that, but also we both had a very, very late night, or early morning, whichever. So that was we needed to sleep, that was for sure. And I'm sure she's going to go to dialysis this morning, and I'll probably be out. But who knows? Sometimes I can just get second or third wind, and could be flipping out there too. I hurt my finger. But yeah, it was, the weather wasn't good. It was bloody cold. It is 38 degrees according to the van. I'm sure it's lying. What the wind chill is, don't know. It was a bit chilly out there. I didn't really notice it so much because you're in and out of the van and that, and the different restaurants and that. The only time I really did notice it is when I went to Pizza Hut later on in the night, and on Rice Road there. And they got like 4 chairs and that sit there, but their restaurant sits right on the corner, and I mean, it's in that strip mall, or it's in that strip mall, but there's so much glass and that there. And so I sat down and even flipping togged up with this darn thing, which is quite thick. I was getting a bit chilly. Did I have, I had my, oh yeah, and I was all togged up with this, my Doordash yet, which I recently discovered that I still had. So, and then later on I found my Batman hat. Batman. Because bloody definitely need it sometimes. I definitely need it over last winter. I ended up with a Batman hat. I went to the dollar shop and flipping found that and needed something a bit warmer than a flipping baseball cap. And that was cheap enough and I've got it. But there it was, but no, it was a decent night. Definitely a decent Sunday night or Sunday. And people were real good in that as well. And found a couple more displays as well for the Halloween. It's gone everywhere again. And so that was good. I didn't get any pictures though, because it seems like we was always on the move or heading towards somewhere. Didn't sit for long at all until, you know, a bit later on, maybe about 11:30 or something, 11 like that. And we ended up sitting over at IHOP and sat over by Buffalo Wild Wings as well previous to that. And decided to move on to Blue Springs, which didn't do us any good. It turned out to be a waste of time. Anyway, so I think that's it. Oh, there's one thing I've got to note. I don't know if you've tried this, or whether you all experience this or not. When you go to do a pizza delivery, well, pizza collection, excuse me. So you go to a pizza collection and you've got your Doordash pizza bag. If you haven't got a Doordash pizza bag, by the way, you don't necessarily have to go buy one off of Amazon or wherever, or even the Doordash website. I think they're like about nearly $30 or something for one. But and they'll hold up to 4 pizzas maybe, and stacked on top of each other, of course, and well, you can put some other stuff in it. But you can actually go to, if you don't already know, of course, is some restaurants will have them, pizza places will have them. You can get them at Pizza Hut, Papa John's, certain Papa John's and certain Pizza Huts. If you don't see them on display, just ask them. And I think Little Caesars as well. I'm not completely sure on that, but I think they do too. But I know the Papa John's over in Blue Springs, they had an alcove that was just, or a shelf unit that was packed high with these bloody things, like all flipping shelves had like loads and loads of these flipping pizza bags. And they'll give you one of these things for free. So save your money if you can get one of those for free. I've actually got about half a dozen in the van, which I collected over the time, and some other drivers do too, because you can actually, I use them. I use them all, because you'll go to a restaurant, and if a pizza place, and you know, if you've got like a couple of orders to pick up for a couple of customers, I mean, you'll fill them in one flipping bag if they've got enough of it, fill it in that bag, and then if they've got more, put it in another bag. Or if you're picking up a stacked offer as well, I mean, you can use it all. Why has it just gone suddenly brighter? That's very strange. Maybe I'm glowing. I don't know why, it just went weird. That's weird. So yeah, it was so do that. So next time you go into and even if you've got them already and you need to replace one, because sometimes they'll rip on the inside of that insulation or whatever, or they just start looking a bit shite, just ask them, have you got any those, because I need to replace one or whatever, and they'll give you one if they've got them, of course. But yeah, they're pretty good to get, but I wouldn't buy them. Wouldn't buy one. I wouldn't buy a Doordash one. Not one of these standard ones, which is, I don't have one near me, but the standard ones will have something like this sort of insulation in it. What you need to do, that's one of our other bags, but what you need to do is, if you insist on getting one of those Doordash ones, they do have them on their site, but they've got a smoother material when it insulated material. I think, I'm not really sure what the price is on those, but you can also get them off of Amazon, not necessarily with Doordash on it, but other bags. Bags all over the bloody place. But yeah, go to make sure you get one for free, or 2 or 3 maybe. So on that, so when you go to the restaurant and you go to pick up the food, you get it all in the bag and that. Now most of the time I get it in the bag, put it in the back of the van in the rear door there, close it all up in the driver's seat, about to move off and go, oh fucking shit. It comes to that bloody flipping picture taking time of the bag that you've just put in the bloody back of the van, or whatever vehicle you got. And, well, I don't want to get out again. I'm an old fat flipping lazy bloke that doesn't want to get in the back again. It's in the back. Sometimes I can take a picture that way, or get Mrs. Womble to try and do it, but it's the daftest thing ever. It comes up as, sometimes I take a picture of the shop. Just I was outside Pizza Hut, I went, I'll just take a picture of the shop. So I did. And then it says that it's verifying, and it comes back and says, your picture has been verified, that we've noted that you've got a pizza bag. It's front of the shop. I don't think their flipping system is that brilliant. Sometimes it's come back and said, no, it's retake it or whatever, but I've taken it in front of Papa John's and somewhere else, I can't remember where else. Maybe Marco's, I can't remember. But it's quite funny how that comes, I think it is, how that works out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I think I'll end it all here now. It's now 4:30. Shit. And I'll be back at it a bit later on. Maybe about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. Possibly. Who knows. Anyway, so like I said, it's going to be cold for the next few days here, apparently. But then it's going to start warming up the end of the week. And it's not going to be as cold today, as I understand. But it will gradually go up during the week. And I think next Sunday, the 5th of November, or this coming Sunday, that's going to be about 60 degrees now. It was going to be 40 something, now it's up to 60. But, you know, the weathermen have been off and have been wrong. So, who knows what it'll be. We'll just have to see closer to the time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a brilliant week. Hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. And hopefully I can get this bloody video up. Otherwise, I've just been sat here for 40 minutes talking to myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Ta-da.